It's hard to believe it's the end of a decade, but that also means it's the end of the month, which means it's time for another Game Pass Digest. This month we're talking about The Messenger, Moonlighter, The Red Strings Club, and Creature in the Well. I said last month that all of these were pixel art games, and I was wrong. Turns out Creature in the Well is not. It's an Unreal Engine 4 game. So this month is a grab bag of indie games. Before we jump in, be sure to like this video, leave a comment down below if you're planning to take anything for a spin, and please be sure to subscribe, share the video, and make sure that you hit the bell so that you don't miss a video from this channel. Without further ado, let's get started. One of the biggest surprises this month is Flight School's Creature in the Well. The game paints a bleak future that Anakin Skywalker wouldn't be able to survive, a world drowning in sand. The protagonist is a lone robot engineer who awakes outside a small, barely surviving settlement. Venturing into the town to see no sign of life, it finally finds a large entrance into a mountain. Shortly after, it discovers an anthropomorphic frog who fills it in on what's been happening. While technically a dungeon crawler, it's more of a pinball puzzle game. Combat is kinetic and frantic. While you'll have to be precise in where you bounce the balls, you'll encounter pulse-pounding bullet hell mechanics. As the story progresses, the village slowly opens up, allowing you to find hidden items and interact with a shopkeeper who can upgrade the robot's abilities. While the mechanics were a welcome surprise, it weaves a melancholy and emotional tale about a creature living in the mountain, toying with a village, and receiving its due. At first, the creature seems sympathetic, albeit a little threatening, but it slowly shows its true colors. It thinks itself a god, and like all false gods, it must be judged. Creature in the Well is worth the time, especially in a year of FPS and Souls-like fatigue. I have to admit up front, Moonlighter is just not my cup of tea. I have a deep love-hate relationship with roguelikes. Some I've loved nearly obsessively, such as Rogue Legacy and the Risk of Rain series. And though there is a lot to appreciate about Moonlighter, you'll certainly have to be the right kind of player for it. The pixel art here is quite good. The world feels lively and vibrant, and the monsters look very cool. What is most innovative and captivating about this title are its diametrically opposed systems, dungeon crawling and shopkeeping. Most of your time in this game will be spent in the dungeons, progressing the story of the game. Yet, a sizable portion of it will also be spent selling off many of the items that you find on your journeys, as well as developing the town. Where I find the game doesn't quite click for me is the combat flow. Attacking feels rather slow for a roguelike. Some of my favorite roguelikes revel in utter chaos with crazy power-ups and out-of-control fights. Yet Moonlighter opts for a much more calculated and slow combat system fit for old-school dungeon crawlers. This is a game for someone who wants more dungeon crawler and less roguelike, with a focus on story and town management. Sabotage's NES, SNES, time travel, Metroidvania, platformer is a masterpiece. From the visuals, pacing, and top-notch sound design, just about everything in this game is darn near perfect. What sets it apart from the other games this month? Well, it's consistently funny and constantly throwing you for a loop. The game's plot twists and turns, and the gameplay flow stays buttery smooth, even with new traversal tools introduced periodically. This game was designed to be played and played a lot. It actually has a roguelike New Game Plus mode that ups the difficulty with each game completion. The most unexpected thing that The Messenger brings to the table is a rich story. It's essentially the chosen hero's story beat, but done pretty well. The writers of the story knew exactly when to ratchet up the stakes and to drop the laughs. Halfway through the game, the story takes on a cyclical turn. At first, I felt like it was a little too much game to be played, but after all the stakes were set and the game's map opened up, something kind of clicked. There were secret levels, items, and more Easter eggs and such to be found, and it really delivered. The Messenger is truly a brilliant callback and evolution of the NES and SNES era of gaming. While it is a challenge, the platforming and combat grow steadily more intuitive, and by the end of the game, there's an unmistakable rhythm to it all. Even the music was crafted with NES and SNES chipsets for authentic chiptunes. If you don't opt to play the game, at the very least, listen to Eric W. Brown's top-tier soundtrack. Finally, we have my favorite narrative of the month. This game, like Creature in the Well, brings some heavy surprises to the table with its mechanics. The Red Strings Club is one part point-and-click adventure, one part dialogue RPG, and one part minigame puzzler. It matches up the elements flawlessly and crafts a dark and extremely mature tale at the same time. In this game, our heroes inhabit a dystopian future where corporations have gained a little too much power. When a damaged Akara android arrives at the front door of the Red Strings Club, its eccentric owner takes it in. What follows are the exploits of a super AI, the world's greatest bartender, and a neural hacker trying to stop the end of humanity as they know it. It flits between a few different character perspectives, dealing with death, depression, transhumanism, and more. It's certainly a heavy game to play, but for lovers of speculative fiction, it'll be right up your alley. The writing does suffer a little bit, especially with dialogue and some characters knowing things that I don't think they should right off the bat. However, it is a decently short game, so with enough determination, you should be able to enjoy what is on offer here, even if one or two of its minigames storytelling sequences don't quite play with your sensibilities. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you'll have something new to play if you've got Game Pass, or happen to have one of these untouched in your Steam library. Please be sure to drop a comment down below and leave a like. Let us know what you thought of the video and whether or not you're going to be playing some of these games. Next month we'll be playing Hellblade, Darksiders 3, and Dishonored 2. I have 2 helpers for the Game Pass Digest now, which means I'll have more time for some of my other content. 2020 is going to be a big year for the Mildly Morose Man channel, and I can't wait to play some more games and bring the content to you guys. Happy New Year, and we'll see you guys next time.